2501, so it's with gratitude that we welcome you to the Chula Vista Fire Department's 2501 graduating ceremony, and we ask you to welcome the recruits of Academy 2501. So Academy 2501, fall in. All right, so it's a proud day, an exciting day on behalf of Academy 2501. We definitely want to welcome all family, friends, teammates, past and present, the executive command staff, chief officers, all fire service guests, and then our honorable guest, Mayor McCann, Council Member Carolina Chavez, Council Member Jose Prasado, Council Member Michael Inzunza, and Council Member Cesar Fernandez.
We'd now like to have the San Diego Firefighters Emerald Society and the Chula Vista Color Guard work together to, and go ahead and please present the colors. Color Guard, present the colors. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Color Guard, retire the colors. Thank you. You may all be seated. I would now like to introduce Pastor Kevin McPeak for today's invocation.
Would you pray with me? Almighty God, we invite your presence here as we celebrate and honor these outstanding individuals who have committed to serving this community through the Chula Vista Fire Department. As we gather to recognize and to celebrate their efforts, we seek your wisdom, your guidance, and your protection on them as they step into the next stage of their assignment. Give them clarity on their purpose, give them clarity on their mission, and may their purpose and mission bond them together with a common goal. In your mighty name we pray. Amen. Very briefly, on behalf of Eastlake Church, I would like to welcome you all here. Thank you for spending time to celebrate these outstanding graduates. It's our privilege to have you here today. I just want to orient you to a couple of minor things so that you know before we head into the rest of the ceremony. If you all need restrooms, they are out the door and on the opposite wall. If you notice the screens, they are showing you what's on the live stream. We are streaming this for the loved ones and friends who are not able to be here today. There is a stream of what's happening, so if you didn't know that, you can text people now and tell them to hop on the live stream. And if you have any little ones that get itchy at any moment and kind of need to spread their space around and run around a little bit, we have parent viewing rooms outside to the right and outside to the left where you can still see and hear all the proceedings. With all that said, thank you again for being here, and let's continue with our ceremony.
Thank you, Pastor McPeak. Now I would like to introduce the Honorable Mayor McCann to say a few words.
Well, thank you very much. First, I want to thank Pastor McPeak for allowing Eastlake Church to be able to allow us to do the graduation here. So please give them a round of applause. I want to thank all the graduates here today. In Chula Vista, I've been a council member since 2002, and we've seen how the Chula Vista firefighters and the department has elevated, and you will be the next stage in being able to elevate the department even to the next level. When I became a council member in 2002, believe it or not, we were one of the only cities in the entire state of California that didn't have paramedics. I was there with you to be able to get paramedics on board. We then made sure that we had 4.0 staffing. We made sure that we had underutilized of having the fire stations. Under my leadership, we built 6 new fire stations, and then we did something very special. I know Chief Munns loves this, but we were able to redo Fire Station 1, and we're building 2 additional fire stations for the Bayfront, and then also for our new communities in Otay Ranch. You guys are so important. I want to tell you that today we are going to be opening the Gaylord Resort Hotel, a $1.3 billion project that has taken over 22 years to get approved and to be built. And when I got the request to come down here to be with the firefighters, and we had the conflict with going to Gaylord, I said, you know what? I stand with the firefighters. So again, thank you, Cadre, for everything you've done to make Chula Vista Fire one of the best fire departments in not only the state of California, but the entire United States. You are here to give service above yourself. You have a higher calling. There are many times when you will be running into a dangerous situation and other people will be running out. But it is because of your bravery and your courage that make you special. So congratulations.
All right, thank you, Mayor McCann. I appreciate you being here. The next thing we'd like to do in the ceremony is just introduce you to the cadre that was with your family over the last 20 weeks. And you have an overall resounding theme that you're constantly here today, and that's one of gratitude. And it's us being grateful and thankful for what your family members have done and accomplished, and and that the fact that they've become a part of our team and our family. And it's also appreciation for everything you've done to support them. But there's a lot of people that we're coordinators, the four of us. And again, let me start over. My name is Ryan Stolzoff. I'm one of the fire captains, one of the cadre that help coordinate the classes and the academy over the last 20 weeks. However, we're just a small part of the team and the Army that it takes to actually make this happen and get to this point in your family member's career and being done with the academy. There's many people that are out there watching at the stations right now. The live stream is on our Chula Vista Fire Department YouTube channel, and hopefully they're watching in the stations. And thank you to all the adjunct cadre and all the instructors that worked day in and day out to make sure that we were successful and to help us out. They worked 24, 48-hour shifts, wake-ups all night, and then still come in and help us. And we would not be here today without the suppression staff and firefighters, the Army that come in and to help teach the academy. So we're just, yeah, thank you. There's some other specific people that we would like to make sure we acknowledge. One of them is Captain Nguyen, who is integral in making sure that we are prepared for our USAR tool testing, in addition to our IFSTA test curriculum. Our IFSTA is almost like our main manual that we teach to for the basic Firefighter 1 curriculum. And then our tool cert is some additional testing that we need to be able to get them through so they can work on our heavy rescue USAR rig. Additionally, I'd like to thank Captain Eric Martinez, Adrian Ojeda, and Tim Ojeda. They started with this group before we even began the academy and before the cadre even met this group of 20. Multiple days during the week, they would set up times for them to come in and go through what's called prep camp. And what it is like they're able to evaluate their movements and make sure that they're physically ready for the demands of the academy in that 20 weeks. And we thank them for all the time, effort, and even during the academy, Eric and Adrian and Tim, they're still very integral to making sure that it was running smoothly, getting heart rate monitors for our firefighters, and then doing the workouts with them and leading by example. So thank you so much for that. Additionally, executive command staff. There's so many things that you do behind the scenes that we don't even know happen. And we appreciate that, all the planning, the organization, working to make sure that backgrounds are done, interviews are complete, and that's on top of everything else that's on their plate. So thank you very much, Executive Command staff. Training Division staff, Captain Millay, Captain Davenport, Brian Clark, they work in the Training Division before and after the cadre shows up, and they are only welcoming to us. They would always be accommodating and very understanding if there was any type of needs or changes that were required on the training ground and on our facilities. So thank you for being so easy to work with and understanding. We appreciate you very much. In addition to that, Grace Nepper, Karen Cook, always making our job very, very easy, always a resource that we constantly will go to. I know if there's any type of issue or problem, I'm going to Grace first, and she's probably done it like 10 times before I have, and has a way easier way to go about it than what I was thinking about doing. And all city services come together to make this happen. Human resources, public works, they come out and dig the trenches out for us so that we can do our trench rescue training, finance, making sure that we have the funding that we need. And then there's a whole other administrative side of the department that help us out. Ray Salazar, Cameron Rickey, Emily Folker, Tom Doyle, Wilma LaPerga, Bianca Toscano, Alyssa Moreno, and Stephanie Balchek. We have to mention their names because they do so much to help us be successful. Truly a team effort. And it's this team of teams has brought us here today, and your family members have accomplished a monumentous task. It's a 20-week IFSAC 1 Pro Board Certified Academy. What does that mean? It means they can go anywhere in the United States, and what they've gone through is approved as a Firefighter 1 Academy in any state. So we've met that level of training and even much more. They graduate from our academy being able to drive our tiller truck, drive our side-by-side Can-Am, and also be able to work on a heavy rescue rig, which means they have to take additional classes on top of their regular Firefighter 1. Trench rescue, confined space, structural collapse technician, and specialist 1 and 2. So a lot that they've been able to accomplish. And in the beginning, I think we had some families show up to our family night, where we try to kind of set the playing field and let them know what the expectations are. And we talked about it being the Academy's a marathon. And this is what was told to me before I was even a part of the Academy. And I didn't really truly understand it until I was part of it and experienced it, but a marathon at a sprinter's pace. And I think the recruits and now the family members really understand what we were talking about that day. So, but how did they get to that point? And they did it because of you. And when they had those hard days, they're waking up at 4 a.m., when they're going on their 6-mile log jog, doing their 40 towers for our stair climb in full gear, SCBA, we talked about that. And that's what powered them through everything. You are their why, and you're the reason that they're here today. So thank you so much. The last thing that I would be remiss to not bring up personally, if I can take a moment, is I just want to say thank you so much to my wife, my beautiful wife, Angelina, for your constant support over the last 6 months and holding everything together. I wouldn't be able to be focused at work unless everything at home with our 2 children, Kalia and Nolan. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this, all the sacrifices that, the missed practices, events, school functions, everything is just handled so well, and I appreciate your support so much, Angelina. But thank you.
All right, so this was not part of the speech, but it was a privilege to be able to be part of this academy. Captain Stolzoff is so humble that this is his 5th academy, so it made it extremely easy to just watch how he works and then try to execute what the mission was for that. So I just wanted to humbly say thank you for everything that you've done to make the academy, including all the support that he mentioned, all those names, because it truly does take a village to accomplish what we're trying to do. So my name is Matt Collins. I'm a fire captain, and I've worked with Ryan for the last 10 years. So like I said, it was a privilege to be able to be a part of that. Additionally, my job was to make sure that the recruits were prepared for their exams. So I just saw myself as a coach, and I would just relay what type of team we were going to play that week, and they always executed at a high level. And as you can see, everyone graduated. So congratulations with that. One of the most rewarding parts of being part of the academy is seeing the recruits shine, seeing their confidence build. So the experience has been watching them transformation of the recruits from that first family night that Captain Stolzoff had mentioned, so a lot of friendly faces. Well, they've done so much in the last 20 weeks. I'm extremely proud of them, and I know they're going to do good work for the city. Seeing their confidence grow, watching them develop into capable, disciplined, and professional operators, it's been nothing short of inspiring. I know they're ready, and I'm confident they're going to go do great things for the citizens of Chula Vista and then additionally the surrounding areas. So thank you very much for your time, and I just want to thank the families because I know they couldn't have done it without your support. So it'd be nice to get them on somewhat of a regular schedule with fire season coming, but thanks for the support, and very proud of you guys.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Manny De Leon. I am a fire engineer and Assistant Fire Academy Coordinator here in Chula Vista. I've had the honor of serving the city for the past 5 years, and it's been a true privilege to help instruct and guide Academy 2501. So thank you all for being here today to support your loved ones. It means so much to these recruits and to all of us that you're here to witness this milestone. So over the past 20 weeks, these individuals have been challenged physically, mentally, and emotionally. They've learned the essential firefighting and rescue tactics, and perhaps most importantly, they've learned to rely on one another when things get tough. But obviously, none of this happens without the support of every family member, friend, or loved one who helped carry the weight of their journey. To all of you, thank you. Your patience, support, and encouragement played a huge role in getting them here today. Also, on a personal note, I also want to thank my wife, Steph. She's not here today, but she's watching online. Through all of it, I just want to thank her for all her support and the early mornings and late nights, so for that, I thank her. Academy 2501 is more than a group of recruits. They're a team, a family, and today, we celebrate their grit, their growth, and their future in the fire service. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You've earned it. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. So my name is Ryan Mason. I'm the other Academy engineer. I didn't write a long speech for this, but I am grateful for this opportunity. The last Academy 2401, Captain Stolzoff kind of brought me in, and it was an amazing experience. We get to go out, we get to train, and in this job, there's so many different skills and things that we need to retain, and this job is perishable. So getting out there and being able to train, it's great for me, it's great for the recruits, like these guys have talked about. Just watching their growth throughout the process is incredible. But a couple of thank yous. I want to thank Ray Salazar. One of my, I guess, responsibilities in the Academy was the PPE, the uniforms. Ray Salazar went over and beyond and really made sure that everybody was taken care of, just Johnny on the spot for that. I want to thank my girlfriend Kaylee for all the support, because these days are long. We say one team, one mission, and truly, like, we're part of their team. Their success was never an option. We wanted every single one of them to be successful without lowering that bar of expectations. I want to thank the cadre for making all my days coming in just a true, a great time. Lastly, I want to thank the recruits, because we're building relationships with them. We're putting our stamp on. These guys are ready for the floor where we're going to go out and just continue to train and get better. Thank you, guys.
Our next speaker that we're so fortunate to have here is Chief Lorraine Hutchinson. And Chief Lorraine Hutchinson is the leader of the Southwestern College Fire Science Program. And we work closely with Southwestern College, the Chula Vista Fire Department at Southwestern College, to create what's called an ARTP, an Associated Regional Training Program, which allows Chula Vista Fire Department to give your family members a state, like we talked about, state-approved, IFSAC Pro Board, Firefighter 1 Academy. And it would not be without Chief Hutchinson's help, Consuelo's help also, to make sure that everything runs smoothly. And without that partnership, we would not be where we're at today. So I'd like to welcome Chief Hutchinson up to say a few words. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning, everyone. You look beautiful today. It's a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, recruits, families, and friends, good morning. I stand before you today as a retired deputy chief from the San Diego Fire Rescue Department, and now proudly as the fire technology director at Southwestern College. Before I get into it, and thank you, Captain Stolzoff, for acknowledging the program tech for the fire technology program at Southwestern, Consuelo Ordiella. She is definitely my right hand and does a lot of the heavy lifting so that I can be out in the community and doing other things. So I really appreciate you, and raise your hand so they can see you. Thank you. It's truly an honor to speak to you on such a meaningful occasion. As I look out at each one of you, I'm reminded of my own graduation from the Academy, a memory that remains vivid. Your energy and commitment are inspiring, and it's a privilege to witness this important milestone in your journey. I also want to express my gratitude for being part of this outstanding team here at the Chula Vista Fire Department Training Division. The dedication, professionalism, and support of the staff make my role that much easier, and for that, I'm sincerely thankful. On behalf of Southwestern College and Dean Cornejo, I offer our heartfelt congratulations to the recruits of Chula Vista Fire Academy 2501. Your achievement fills us with immense pride. We must also, and I know we've done it and we're probably gonna do it 10 more times, it's never enough. We got to recognize the people who stood beside you through this demanding process, your loved ones, because it's not easy. Their support has no doubt helped carry you through the long days and the late nights. Thank you for being the steady foundation behind Chula Vista's newest graduates. Give yourselves a hand. As you step into your careers, I encourage you to hold fast to your identity as firefighters. This title is not simply a job, it's a calling earned through sacrifice, hard work, and resilience. While not every day will bring sirens and structure fires, you didn't think it would, right? Every day will bring opportunities for you to learn, to grow, and to lead. I still remember the advice of Fire Chief Robert Osby, who told me, make it a goal to learn something new on every shift. That wisdom has stayed with me throughout my career, and I encourage you to take it with you as well. Lifelong learning will elevate you, and more importantly, it will make you a better firefighter and a teammate. Education will continue to shape your path. For those of you that haven't earned a degree yet, now is the perfect time for you to begin that. Because with the 29 units that you just earned, you're already well on your way. All you need is 18 general education units and 6 core fire classes, and that will get you an associate's degree in fire technology. That credential will open the doors, especially when it's time to promote. And lastly, never forget, while we teach, we learn. If you're interested in giving back, sharing your knowledge, and mentoring the next generation, I invite you to connect with us at Southwestern. We actively recruit our graduates to return as skills coaches because your experience is invaluable. Now go out and make your mark. The department, the community awaits your leadership, your heart, and your courage. Congratulations, Chula Vista Fire Academy 2501.
At this time, I'd like to introduce our fire chief. It's going to be Fire Chief Harry Munz.
Good morning, everybody. Give me a second here to get adjusted. So a lot of great comments have been shared, comments and stories, and I hope you've been able to see some themes throughout those. A lot of those themes were in my remarks, so I got to find a way to pare those down so that we can get to the good stuff of the graduation ceremony itself. But first and foremost, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting this recruit class of graduates. Just an incredible, monumental achievement that they've accomplished. And you here supporting them, supporting our department, supporting our city means so much. This journey actually started 12 months ago for these individuals. And they went through a rigorous recruitment process, applications, interviews, going through background processes. It was definitely an enormous amount of work that they had to get through and satisfy many, many requirements. And I know a lot of the families had to help them through that process as well, so thank you for that. But the academy itself is challenging, 5 months long, which, gosh, Chief Hutchinson just made I think an important comment. 29 units they just earned in 5 months. That's a pretty good load through what's typically one semester. Just to kind of give you that, another way to look at everything that they put in. And then Tanya, if you could close your ears. They literally start at 4, maybe not at the station or at the training tower, but they don't get home until 6 or 7 o'clock every night for 5 months. That's the recruits and also the cadre. And so they put in a lot of time outside of hours worked to get to where they're at today. So there's a few more thank yous. I apologize. I'm going to kind of move quickly through the ones that have already been mentioned, but I want those people to know that I'm thankful for them and what they've done. First and foremost, Eastlake Church and Pastor McPeak, thank you so much. You've just continually supported us being able to hold this ceremony here. It's an amazing venue, and we're grateful for that. Thank you. Next is Mayor McCann and council members Chavez, Preciado, and Zunza and Fernandez. Without your support, these individuals won't be able to serve the city as good as they can. Next, the fire department is very grateful to city management, and specifically city manager Maria Cacciadorian and her assistant and deputy city managers Tiffany Allen, Courtney Chase, and Matt Little. Thank you so much for the support. Next, it's already been mentioned, there's many departments within the city, and we're all just a cog in that machine. Specifically, we have to thank human resources. They are literally the reason that those individuals get to sit in those chairs today. They make sure that we're getting the best of the best and that they meet the standards of the city as a whole. And then it's up to our cadre to turn them into what they are today. So thank you, Tanya Tomlinson, as the HR director, and your amazing team, Aaron Dempster, Lynette Abil, and Diana Ramos. I'm sure there's more people in there, but I think that's the core. And then another shout out to additional departments would be the finance department for making sure that our pencils are sharp and that we are financially sound. And then of course, Public Works. Public Works is incredibly supportive to keep our rigs running and for operations, but then also for this training academy. It's extremely intensive on our equipment and our facilities. Next, I want to thank our admin staff. Sorry, I'm going to run through these names quickly. You've heard some of them. Tom Doyle, Emily Folker, Alyssa Moreno, Wilma LaPerga, Bianca Toscano, Jason Hendrick, Captain Eric Martinez. You all played a huge, huge role in connecting the dots through the recruitment process and through the academy. And then I also want to put a big thanks out to the individuals sitting behind me, the deputy chiefs with Chief Ballard, Chief Mikado, Chief Smith, and Chief Monroe. They really do so much to keep this department afloat and moving in the right direction. And then, of course, Southwestern College, a huge, huge partner. Thank you, Chief Hutchinson, and thank you to Sylvia Cornejo and Consuelo. Thank you so much. I know you do a tremendous amount of work for us. So finally, the recruits. I'm trying to move quick here. I personally want to thank each and every one of you for your dedication and commitment. It takes a lot. You have to make some significant choices to be in those seats where you're at and get through this academy and our process. We need you as a department, but more importantly, the city needs you to run the calls for service that are demanded. So thank you for the work that you've put in, your dedication, and your focus to be here today. And then moving on to the families, I really hope everybody picks up on this theme. The fire service really is a family within the fire station, but also it takes literally an entire family. Working 24-hour shifts is a much different work environment than most. So your home still moves on every single day, whether your firefighter is there at home or at work. And so thank you for the support of what you did to keep things afloat at home, paying the bills, doing the laundry, grocery shopping, kids' homework, picking kids up from school. There's so many things we could list that you all do at home so that these recruits could focus on what they needed to for that 5-month period of time. I have one more thing to thank you for, and it's a little bit different. So thank you in advance. Thank you in advance for what lays ahead. Of course, it's a rewarding career, and I think your firefighters are going to be extremely happy with their choice and the work that they do and the purpose that they have. But this is a new way of life. Shift work in the fire service equates to commitment both by the firefighter, but also by their families. You all collectively are serving others and putting others first. So the cadre, obviously this academy wouldn't be possible without you. So I really want to thank all of these individuals. I have like a full paragraph to talk and brag about these individuals, but I'll put it a little bit shorter. These are the best of the best. They have set aside their fire station assignments and they've dedicated themselves to these 20 individuals, which is remarkable. They've done nothing but live, breathe, eat academy, trying to make sure that they are the best that they possibly can so that they can serve the community. And they really are the best of what they do. They have to be just amazing at their craft as a professional, and they really demonstrate that day in and day out. So thank you, Fire Captains Ryan Stolzoff, Matt Collins, and Fire Engineers Ryan Mason and Manny De Leon. Sticking with the training theme, I also want to thank our training division. They work tirelessly to support this academy behind the scenes. But just jumping to the good stuff, Deputy Chief Chris Monroe, thank you for running a great division, along with Captains Greg Millay, Barrett Davenport, Engineer Brian Clark, and of course Training Specialist Grace Nepper. All right, we're moving along. Here's my attempt at providing a message, both to the audience, but mostly to our recruit class. So welcome 2501 to the profession of fire, rescue, and EMS. So my question is, what does that really mean, the profession? There's lots of definitions out there. We actually had a discussion last week to try to kind of walk through that. So this is not the first time they've heard this, but maybe the first for you. So dictionaries out there, the internet, they define a profession or professional as an occupation or a career, belonging to a group engaged in a specific activity. And then of course AI is chiming in, right? It's flooding every internet search we make. It talks about an individual with significant training and or education with specialized skills, tasks, and activities, or viewed as someone that's competent, reliable, and respectful. Standardized knowledge, skills, and abilities. Again, AI taking a swing at defining a professional. And then this one kind of was my favorite. And of course, I have my own thoughts on this. I've given this talk to the academy recruits for the last 5 academies. And AI is new, so this is something that I really could relate to. So this one talks about, it's a group governed by a code of ethics that professes commitment to competence, integrity, and morality, altruistic, promotes the public good, and finally, accountable to those they serve. And so as I set the table with that, like I'd mentioned, each academy, I'm afforded by the cadre some time to talk to them and really try to influence them about our mission, vision, values, and our organization, and then try to get to know who they are. Like, we may have seen them a total of 45 minutes through the interview process, but we didn't really get a lot of time to learn who they are. So, and then I also take some time to talk about what it means to be a professional, because at the end of this academy, they graduate as professional firefighters. So back to that question, what does it mean? There's many professions out there in the world. I'm sure there's a ton of them represented in this room. I also am gonna make some comparison about some professions, so please, I hope I don't offend anybody. I don't claim to know everything about everybody's profession, but I hope the concepts will resonate. So let's start with a professional athlete. And I used to play baseball, so I'll gravitate towards a pro ball player. They're a profession in their field, right? They typically play a singular sport. They earn their way to be a professional through performance, flat out. Do they perform or not? And of course, baseball's got 2 sides of it, defense and offense. But let's face it, if you don't score runs, you don't win games. Like, you literally cannot win games. So the work you do at the plate is critical. That's what makes a pro a pro. Let's dive into that a little bit more. An outstanding professional ball player hits 300 or better batting average. Let's just say they have 3 at-bats a game. That means they fail 2 out of 3 at-bats. And that makes them an all-star. That makes them amazing, right? So they have built-in failure in the performance of their skills, their trade, like their activities, their knowledge, skills, and abilities. So what's at risk for a ball player? You're pro, you're hitting 300, your average tanks, maybe you start losing games, maybe you don't get as much playing time, and the biggest risk is you're no longer a pro ball player, you lose your job. The next comparison, moving to the next one, is the professional trades in construction. I think we can all relate to this if we own a home, right? We have things that go wrong, we need to fix HVAC systems or appliances or some sort of remodel, those type of things. And you need a professional of the building trades. So what do? We solicit bids, we hope that we get a low bid, but we also hope we get somebody that knows what they're doing and they get the job done like with high quality, on time, on budget, which those two things probably don't happen a whole lot in our experiences, right? So what happens if you hire somebody and it doesn't go so well? Okay, you hope that they've got some contingency funds and you can talk them into redoing the work, right? Maybe you got to pay more money for them to redo it again, even though they should have done it right the first time. But if all goes wrong, you can always move on to another contractor and work on the project. So with these two examples out there, I want to compare them to a professional firefighter. These professional firefighters sitting over here to my left. So for them, the community calls 911 because they have a problem that has overwhelmed them. Quite possibly it's the worst day in their life, and they need somebody to come correct it. The expectation, speaking to you all, is that you have the knowledge, skills, and abilities, as well as the appropriate equipment, and it's functional, like you've done your job to make sure that that's all in place, so that when you get there, you can fix the problem. Like other professionals, you have your scope of work. The hope of the caller is that you know your job and that you're good at it, because their life may rely on that. Pro ball players use similar gear. They play on an identical field. The rules are laid out. Everything is like crystal clear. You know exactly what you're going into as a ball player. They just have to perform. That's why they're making the big bucks. In the trades, in the building profession, it's similar. They have their tools and equipment to accomplish their tasks, but they control their environment. They get to go pre-plan. They need to, put the quote together, order their materials. It's on their schedule. It's on their timetable. They control that environment. So what's the difference between those professions and you? When you arrive to answer a 911 call for service, every fire is different. Every structure, every building, the location where the fire is at is different. The hazards within that environment are different. What's on fire is actually different. Every traffic accident has different cars, different roadways, different speeds involved, the criticality to it. Every rescue is different, a different construction trench, right? Like we're talking some technical stuff. Every body of water that you may have to enter to rescue somebody, and every mountainside is going to be different. But when you arrive, you have to understand that situation with acuity, understand the situation, the acuity, the hazards to those impacted by the call, and then yourself in a matter of seconds so that you can begin to take action. Most importantly, when you're called to perform your job, you get one chance. That's it. There's no do-overs, there's no go-backs, there's no timeouts. You get one chance. I also want to provide just one more dose of reality, and that is that when somebody calls 911, they don't get to choose who responds. When you're on duty, you're it. I can choose what baseball team I want to watch. I can choose what contractor I want to hire. But when they call 911, they don't get to choose. So the expectation from me, the community, this department, is that you're a professional each and every day. The table's been set. These individuals have brought you to where you're at today. You're ready. We know you're ready. That's why you're sitting in those chairs. So with that, a final congratulations. Be a professional, and thank you.
All right, thank you, Chief Munns. Next, we would like to do our badge and certificate presentations. So if your family members already communicated to you that they would like you to badge them, and go ahead and pin them with their badge as their name gets called up. Please have you go to my right if you haven't already moved over there. We'll give you a few minutes to get over there. All right, we'll call out their names one by one. Feel free to cheer them on. First recruit, Andrew Andere. Christian Conseco. Raul Ciberol. Devin Cornell. Sebastian de la Fuente. DJ Del Fiero. Bryce Descartes. Ethan Ekholm. They're harder to put on than you would think. All right, next up, Quinn Foster. Landon Giamalva. Joseph Hannigan. Jonathan Herzl. James Human. Andrew Kelly. Colin Kielbasa. Andy Leon. Andrew Morse. Cheney Reth. Travis Takata. Sam Vigil. Great job. Well done, 2501. One team. I'd like to now bring Chief Munns back up for the swearing in.
Thank you, sir. Of course, remain standing. Academy 2501, please raise your right hand and be prepared to answer with an I do after I read the Chula Vista Fire Department firefighter oath. Do you solemnly swear to serve and safeguard the city of Chula Vista, its residents and its visitors, and that you will faithfully and professionally represent the city of Chula Vista, the Chula Vista Fire Department, to the fullest abilities, and that you will always strive to provide service and protection with pride, respect, teamwork, and safety, and that you will take this obligation freely and without reservation, and that you will remain dedicated and faithful to the discharge of your duties upon which you are about to enter as a Chula Vista firefighter. Congratulations, Academy 2501.
One team. Go and take your seats. All right, next, we would like to show the Academy 2501 video, and we're so fortunate to have Jason Hendrick, Grace Snepper, Karen Cook. They all work together. Jason does an amazing job of putting it all together as our multimedia specialist, working in conjunction with our CVFD PIO, Captain Eric Martinez. But Jason is with us throughout the duration of the 20 weeks. if we're out at San Diego Fire Department, NTC, doing search training, where we're so fortunate to be able to go and train there, or we're out on a wildland off-site drill at the one of our old golf courses in the city, he's in the trenches with us, and always there to capture the best shots, drone footage, at the night drill, setting everything up so we can really capture and memorialize the experiences that your family members have gone through, and that they're going to have this video for the duration of their career. So thank you so much to Jason Hendrick for all that you do to put this together, and we'll go ahead and show everyone the video now.
Great job, Jason. He crushes it, everything he does. He's always out there. He's always tracking people down for the interviews, but he makes an amazing product, puts a lot of time. He films it, edits it, so outstanding work, Jason. Thank you. All right, the next thing we're gonna do, I have a speech for the top recruits. So today I have the honor of recognizing an exceptional individual for 2501, and it's that top award. This award is determined through over 85 graded academic and manipulative tests. So all that stuff in the video that you saw is them doing things, but you don't see all the behind the scenes of them studying for all the IFSTA tests, the Chula Vista specific tests, and then putting time in and out on the grinder. So the top recruit didn't just excel as the top overall performer, but actually prior to the academy, he was selected as the academy lead, which is a monumental task on its own. As Academy lead, he was entrusted with the responsibility of guiding and motivating his fellow recruits, ensuring not only his success, but theirs as well. He brought a level of discipline, focus, and leadership that elevated their entire class, and I think they would all speak to that. Before joining the Academy, this is important, this recruit served our country with a distinction as an Army infantry officer. He was stationed with the 101st Airborne Division at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and later with the elite Old Guard at Fort Myer, Virginia. And it was obvious his military experience translated. He came in every day with a great attitude, he communicated very well with us, made our job super easy, and he had just tons of humility, integrity, and just an unwavering commitment to service. Devin Cornell, congratulations on this well-deserved reward. Yeah, we're proud to welcome you to the fire service and work with you on the floor.
Morning, everybody. Thanks for coming out to celebrate 2501. None of us could have made it through the last 20 weeks without the support from all of our loved ones. I'd also like to thank all the chiefs and the training staff, as well as the Academy cadre. I know they spent countless hours out on the grinder with us, planning and preparing for each training evolution, so thank you. Most importantly, thank you to my fellow recruits, my brothers. Every day, you guys stood alongside me as we pushed through every rep, pain, hunger, tired, didn't matter. We got through it. We started our days before the sun was up, and for the majority of days, we left after the sun had already set. So that's a grind, and it takes a tremendous amount of effort to stay focused for that period of time. So thank you for being alongside me through that process. To my family, your support means the world. You guys pick me up anytime I need anything at all. And to my wife, Lauren, I certainly couldn't have done any of this without you. You're my rock. On top of you yourself working full time, you managed to have a hot meal ready for me every time I came home. And I'm pretty sure at some point you probably knew that CSUM's better than me because you took the time to quiz me on it. So thank you for that. We just finished the academy, but job's not done. In front of us is a year-long probation that starts tomorrow. I know we'll continue to support one another and be better every day. One team, one mission. Thank you.
Hello again. So, every fire academy has that one individual who leads by example. Not with the loudest voice, but with the strongest presence. Someone that lifts others up and never makes it about themselves. Today, I'm honored to recognize a recruit who was handpicked by his fellow fire recruits as the most inspirational fire recruit. And that speaks volumes. This fire recruit's journey has been nothing short of inspiring. He started as an EMT on our ambulance transport system and went on to paramedic school and served the city of Chula Vista as a paramedic. Also, not only did he travel through all of that, he also overcame personal injuries that could have easily derailed his path, but he stayed the course with humility, grit, and heart. His fellow fire recruits recognized his resilience, leadership, and because of that, you've not just earned their respect, but this recognition. It is my honor to present the Most Inspirational Recruit Award for Fire Academy 2501 to Bryce Descartes. Congratulations.
Hi everyone, good morning. This is pretty humbling. This award means just an immense amount to me. I can't thank the cadre enough. I can't thank the executive staff enough. And yeah, of course, 2501. My name is Bryce Descartes. I'm here with my wife, Allie, family and friends, as well as these 19 cold-blooded devils I now call brothers. Hoo-hoo. It has been my childhood dream to be a firefighter, and I've been trying to fulfill that for almost 7 years now. I was hired by Chula Vista in 2021, like Engineer De Leon said, as an EMT. The department helped me through paramedic school in 2022 and 23, and I continued to work on the ambulance. I got a little experience under my belt, stars finally aligned, and was ready to make that jump onto Big Red. However, at a workout 2 months before the start of the 2401 Academy, I completely tore my Achilles. I was terrified.
I questioned a lot of things, including my career, my physical capabilities, as well as the mental limits that I feared would show themselves in the worst times. I felt entirely lost. After surgery, sitting around aimlessly for close to 7 weeks and beginning PT, I was finally ready to move to a light duty position with the fire department. I was given a really nice opportunity. That was when I saw the start date of 2501 was just short of 11 months after surgery. And I knew I had a lot of work to do. After months of PT, getting back on the ambulance finally, and this 20-week spiritual journey we went through, things turned out all right. What I left out, though, is what motivated me along the way. I wouldn't be here today without my wife's emotional support in those dark few weeks. I love you so much, Allie, and I really appreciate that. Or my coworkers, the cadre, and the guys from 2401 reaching out when they heard about the news. It was the Chiefs telling me I had another chance, and in that moment I was barely able to walk, and that's incredible. My family providing food for me the entire academy and really giving me a support system to lean on. But what really kept me going was these brilliantly ridiculous men who fought with me every single day. For every hardship I endured, there was a recruit who picked me up and motivated me, all the while dealing with their own hardships that each and every one of you supported as well. But today we celebrate. Today we won. And if that means this was all a success, I truly don't know why I'm the one up here. Because it wasn't me who showed up in that time of need. I can't wait to serve Chula Vista alongside each and every one of you. And I've never been so honored, and I thank you all so much. Thank you.
All right, next we have some appreciation plaques and gifts that we'd like to hand out. And our first one, we can bring it over, is our appreciation plaque for our team effort and collaboration with Southwestern College. Again, like we said before, we would not be where we're at today without their continuous support. This is not the first academy. They've been with us for many, many years. And so thank you so much, Chief Hutchinson, Consuelo, and your entire team at Southwestern College. Very honored to be working with you. Additionally, we have some other plaques that we'll be handing out after the graduation ceremony. One would be to San Diego Fire Department, another large supporter, great Metro Zone partner, allowing us to go to their training division and get some excellent search training in. So we'll have a plaque that we'll get to San Diego Fire Department. Thank you so much for that. Additionally, Standard Auto Wrecking on Main Street in Chula Vista, always supportive, making sure that we are able to have vehicles so we can practice auto extrication techniques and training for your recruits. And lastly, but not least, and very importantly, I'd like to bring up Grace Nepper and Karen Cook to the stage. Or you want to just go right here? Oh. Yeah, oh, no, up the stage. So as you can see, Grace and Karen, very humble and but constantly there for us and for every academy, and helping out the training division, Captain Malay, Captain Davenport, Engineer Clark. And so we really want to just take a moment to appreciate everything that they do day in and day out, always something that we can rely on. Out in the elements with us, taking photos, videos, bundled up when it was cold. So that's why 2501 says cold-blooded, because there's many mornings where they were in t-shirts and it was the weather wasn't very warm at all. So, but there, Karen and Grace were out there with us. Thank you so much. Next, I'd like to bring up Devin Cornell. He has some other gifts to present and things to talk about. everyone else that's helping Devin, you can go ahead and come up to stage as well.
Hello again. We'll just wait for these items to get up here. As you can see, right here in front of us, we have a ladder. Currently has 19 rungs in it. When we started on day one, it's completely empty. There were no rungs in this ladder. I think the most interesting thing about the perception of time as you go through this academy is how much it slows down. You're peppered with so much information day in and day out, but that grind keeps moving along. And each rung in this ladder kind of represented that grind, that movement towards that final goal. There's a couple sayings that go around the department. Marathon at sprinter's pace. You know, how do you eat an elephant? Well, it's one bite at a time. It's represented right here in this ladder. So all those things are just a reminder of that. And you just keep the right attitude. You know, everyone keep pushing themselves, especially pushing the people to your left and to your right. Eventually you make it to that final place. So guys, go ahead and place that last rung. Let's go. Cool, we can move that back like a step or two. Let's go ahead and bring up the Academy plaque. All right, gents, you guys can go ahead and uncover it. So when we brainstormed what we wanted on here, we talked about wanting to make it unique, make it our own. But we also wanted to embrace a core message of the department. So we thought, what would be a better idea than have that symbol of downtown, the iconic 3rd Avenue symbol up top. Additionally, we wanted to embrace the message that we repeated every day at the top of our lungs, which was one team, one mission. This message inspired strength in us every day, and it'll be a constant reminder to lift each other up as the whole team grows stronger. 2501, we're ready to get after it.
All right, next to conclude the academy, we have a few symbols and items that we use day in and day out on the training grounds. And one of those that we will be now retiring is our Academy Bell. The Academy Bell was a gift that was given to the department back in 2003 by Academy 0301. And it's just symbol. It goes up every academy in our training tower on the top floor, and it's rung. Traditionally in the fire service, that bell was used to let everyone know that the fire department was on its way and that we're working. And that's exactly how it's used in the academy setting. Anytime we're running towers, that bell gets rung. We repeat, one team, after every single time. Keeps us focused, and it's just a way for everybody to know that a 2501 was continuously practicing, getting better, and perfecting their craft. So Academy 2501, please go ahead and retire the bell.
All right, other items that we have is the Academy Guidon, which you probably saw them carry, and also in the video. The Guidon is, it's from the U.S. Army. A Guidon is a flag that resembles the companies that are out in the battlefields training and accomplishing their goals and objectives. For the Chula Vista Fire Department, the Guidon is used to signify the 21st member of the Fire Academy. It's used at all the training events. It goes everywhere with them. It's used as a representation of the teamwork and strength of the academy. At this time, if you could bring up the Guidon, and then we'll retire that. The second item that we'd like to bring up is the academy flag. Just like the bell, it's it's raised in the morning and brought down at night. And what it represents is the training that they're doing and that they're building throughout the duration of the academy is ongoing. You could see it from the outside street, and at that time you know that the academy is in session and that they're carrying on their tradition, the hard work of the fire service. So with that, we'll go ahead and retire the academy flag.
We'd now like to bring up Pastor Kevin McPeak for the benediction.
Before I offer the benediction, I want to offer one last thank you that we haven't said yet. And I want to point out the full name of this church is Eastlake Community Church, and community is in our name. And in that spirit, on behalf of the community, I want to say thank you to the Chula Vista Fire Department. On behalf of the community, we're so grateful to all of you for what you do, for the way you serve, and for the safety we enjoy. So thank you. I know that San Diego likes to say it's America's finest city. It's America's second finest city. Chula Vista's first. Would you pray with me? Gracious and caring God, our source of light, we ask for your almighty hand to be upon these graduates as we send them forward. With their training now complete, may they strive towards excellence in all they do. May they serve those around them well. May they serve the city well. May they and their families be blessed and protected. May they serve with courage and integrity. May they be kept safe in their work. As they go forward in their assignments, help each and every one of these graduates to view their work as more than a job, but as a vocation and a calling. We thank you for them. We thank you for their work. We pray for your blessing and protection on them as they serve. Lord, bless them, protect them, make your face shine upon them, and grant them peace. God bless these graduates. God bless the Chula Vista Fire Department. In your mighty name we pray for all these things. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor McPeak. Once again, thank you so much for allowing us to be here today. Eastlake Community Church is an amazing part of where we live in Chula Vista, and just so very fortunate to allow us to be here today, and all the previous years as well. So thank you so much. We're almost at the end of our ceremony today. In just a moment, your loved ones will be dismissed from the academy. And afterwards, we just want to give you some expectations. Is afterwards, they're going to be brought up to stage. We're going to be taking some pictures with the chief staff and their team together. That'll take maybe about 5 to 10 minutes, and then they'll be able to meet with you and spend the rest of the day with you and enjoy this momentous occasion. So thank you so much again for being here. Thank you so much for all your sacrifices that you continuously made throughout the duration of the 20 weeks. We appreciate it, and we look forward to many more great memories as you are now part of our team and our family in the Chula Vista Fire Department.
This is my favorite part. Who are we? One team. One mission. Who do we do this for? For them, all day. All right, congratulations, Academy 2501. You guys are dismissed.